the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. After 2:30, it's Open Line West Virginia. Whatever's on your mind, we'll talk about it. 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-8255, or text me, 304-TALK-304. Right now, it's time for Mayor Monday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It is a sunny day here in the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia. Hopefully you're seeing the sun wherever you are. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Dave Allen in the host chair for the 2 o'clock hour. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Well, as we do every Monday, we like to go around the great state of West Virginia, introduce you to another mayor doing great things in his or her town, and get a little spotlight on the town as well. Today, we are going to go to Jefferson County, to the community of Ranson, and we're going to talk to Mayor Ken Suits. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for having me. And yes, the sun is shining here as well. So.
And we haven't been able to say that a lot over the last couple of months. So anytime we get a sunny day, we need to celebrate it.
Absolutely, yes.
How have you folks managed to withstand this brutal winter?
Well, it was a pretty tough snowstorm we had with some that brutal cold snap following it. But, thanks to the work of our public works and the rest of the community getting together, we made it through pretty well. So it was happy to have moved on.
Happy, and hopefully it's done. Although I know, meteorologist Brian Hughes would tell me that you can't read a lot into extended forecast, but I was looking at the extended forecast, and after record high temperatures this week, they say that by next week there'll be a couple days that highs will be in the 30s and 40s. But that's extended forecast. We won't worry about that now. It is March. Yeah. All right. How long have you been mayor, sir?
So I've been mayor for coming into 9 months now. So over just 3 months shy of my first 4 years in city government as a whole.
Okay. And I was going to ask you, what was it that made you want to be mayor?
Well, honestly, I did not want to become mayor, and I think that kind of made some people push me even harder to do so. But ultimately, I believed in some of the things that they were requesting, and I heeded their calls. What's
your background? Are you from Ranson originally?
Well, I grew up in Middle Way, and then I moved to Ranson in about 2004, and I've lived here ever since then. So yes. I worked at the casino for many years, and I'm now currently a professor at Blue Ridge Community and Technical College as a full-time position as I do my mayorship and my part-time.
What's new in town these days? Anything exciting going on in the town of Ranson?
Well, we've got plenty of exciting things. Well, obviously, there's some less exciting than others, if you ask the residents and citizens, but we've got a lot of growth here. This area has become a very, very popular destination for people to move to. But coming up, we're poised for some meaningful growth. We'll be looking at having some businesses in the pipeline very soon. We'll be seeing a hospital expansion coming beginning this year. Our Jefferson County Community Ministries is building a homeless shelter, and that'll be available. Later this year, we'll have additional and more readily available bus routes, and we're working on trying to extend our bike path, and soon we'll be working to build a new police department to accommodate the growth.
You're talking about the people that are moving into that area, and I mean that part of the state does see a lot of folks moving into it because maybe they're not happy in whatever city that they're in, D.C. or whatever the case may be. But you've really seen that a lot over the last decade or two. People choosing to live in that part of the state from some of the bigger areas across the border.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's been a source of contention by many of the locals and some of the people even moving here. After they move here for the small town charm, and they see it continuing to grow, and it kind of causes some people to voice their concerns, and that's understandable. So it's our job to do so responsibly and think through the growth very carefully, and that's what we've been trying to focus on.
Well, Mayor, when you think about it, though, it is a good problem to have because if you look at West Virginia as a whole, there's not a lot of growth it seems like it's isolated to a few pockets. Now, I live in Putnam County. That area is starting to explode again like it did in the 90s. Talk about the Eastern Panhandle, maybe some areas around Morgantown. But there are a lot of areas in the state that just don't have that growth. So when you have people that are a little, and we don't want to totally dismiss their concerns, but when you have people that may be a little bit bothered, like you said, I moved to this area because it was a small community. Now I'm finding all these people are moving in. It is overall, though, a good problem to have.
Absolutely. It's a good problem to have, especially if we're able to really carefully and, like I said, create the parallel growth of economic development. As long as you have the economic opportunities that come with it, I think that offsets some of the growing concerns that come along with residential growth. So absolutely, it's a great problem to have, and a lot of times businesses will not come until those thresholds are met and those population goals are hit. And we're on target to start really hitting our stride on that soon.
Talking to Ken Suits, who is the mayor of Ranson on Mayor Monday. You mentioned some of the business growth in the area. What sorts of new businesses do you have in town? Anything new in the last year or so?
So we just opened up our first Wawa, which was our second in West Virginia. Darn Inwood beat us to it, and then we've added on another primary care physicians facility, which was a great need in the area. There was Code Ninjas open last year, which is a really great supportive business for children and developmental growth. There's a new I don't know the name of it yet, but a new little Asian kitchen coming into our Potomac Marketplace shopping center, and that shopping center is about full right now. Five and Below opened last year, and there's tentative talks of bringing more retail opportunity in that same corridor very, very soon.
What's on your wish list for the town? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific business name, but I mean, if you could fulfill a couple of wishes of what you think the town needs as far as retail goes or restaurants, what would you like to see in the town?
Well, I would love to see some more unique dining options. I think that would be great addition. We have some of that stuff coming in. I'd like to see more tourist and family-oriented businesses. Those are always great because as retail starts to compete with e-commerce, I think that the tourism activities and those types of experience businesses will be ever growing in need. So I want to see more of that growth. Obviously, as well, professional services, places to get commuters to stay here and be able to work. I think those types of businesses are really going to be the heart of what we do, and also supporting our local business growth and some of the niche products that are available.
What's your selling point, Mayor, if you're trying to maybe convince people to move, as you talked about that growth of people that are moving into your area, the Ranson area, or maybe you're trying to get a business, a particular business moving to town. What do you utilize as selling points for Ranson?
Well, the selling point I've been leaning on it is the growth, right? I mean, we are seeing meaningful growth. It gives us a unique opportunity to grow in a way that is beneficial to the public as a whole, and we really had a bit of a blank slate, so we can draw this up any which way that we think is great, and that really leans a lot on public and cooperation. They need people to come and voice their concerns. We encourage that. Give us your thoughts and opinions, and we can grow this community into a place that's great to raise a family and everybody wants to be in.
You mentioned some of the like bike paths and things of that nature, and what is interesting to me is I talk to a different mayor every Monday on the show, and no matter whether it's north, south, east, or west, it seems that there is always an interest in that, maybe more so than what there has in the past. I don't care if I'm in the southernmost point of West Virginia or the northernmost point. The mayors will say, we just did this bike path. We just did this walking path by the river. And I think it's great because it shows that more and more people are wanting to get outside, and especially our younger people seem to maybe value it a little bit more than what maybe some of the older folks have in the past.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm thrilled to be working on a bike path. Well, we already have one that connects us with Martinsburg. Martinsburg is doing their extension into downtown, and we just submitted for a build grant to do the same connecting into Charlestown. Ambitiously, I'm hoping to create a pedestrian and bike bridge over Route 9 so that it makes that crossing a lot safer and pleasant. But ultimately, it helps reduce congestion. If people are living here and they're able to work here, maybe eliminate the need for a vehicle. It reduces your monthly spend and just makes the quality of life that much better.
Let's talk about some other fun stuff. What do you guys do throughout the year? Fairs, festivals, 4th of July, Christmas, Halloween? What's some of the big things that Ranson does?
Oh, goodness. Well, we just did our 5K, our first annual 5K this past Saturday, which was a great event. We had over 206 runners. It was really, really fun. And then coming up, and that was tied into our health and wellness fair. Sometime soon we'll have a career fair. In June, the first Saturday in June, we'll have our Ranson Fest and car show. We'll do things like pizza with Santa in the holidays, our tree lighting and Christmas parade. We're looking to bring more and more of these community events that are just a great way to get everybody together and connect, and it's just tremendous for the area.
I have to say that's the first time I've heard of an event called Pizza with Santa. I've heard Breakfast with Santa, but Pizza with Santa, I'm in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an annual thing where we have a local pizza vendor come out and he donates all of his pizzas for everyone for free, and it's just terrific. And we have Santa Claus come out and Mrs. Claus, and people come in with their take pictures with them, and we have games and craft sessions. We normally see a turnout of about 800 to 1,000 people, and it's just a great opportunity to get the kids out.
Talking with Ken Suits, the mayor of Ranson. All right, our final question that we pose to every mayor every week, sir, on the Mayor Monday segment, it is this. If you visit Ranson, what is the one or two things that you have to do, see, or take part in?
Well, there's no chance you're just getting one or two out of me.
All right, go then. I'll run out and get lunch. You just go ahead and talk, okay?
There you go. I was gonna highlight our community events. I think those are one definite thing that we love to do here in Ranson, and people should always participate if they get the opportunity to. But also to check out some of our unique niche businesses like Two Crows Antique Shop, or our world-class sewing company, Boxer Craft House, and some of our park spaces. We have a new football field being resurfaced, and then we'll be developing our Flowing Springs Nature Walk Park, the bike path, et cetera. And the one thing to see is our innovative Fairfax Boulevard, which features a stormwater management system in the median that's a bunch of collectors. It's kind of a cool engineering design, and then obviously to pick out and come see our historic Ranson City Hall.
All right, Ken Suits, the mayor of Ranson. I appreciate you being on the show today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great time. Have a great day.
You as well. Ken Suits, the mayor of Ranson. I like that. Breakfast or pizza with Santa. That's kind of cool. Although Santa's got a big, long beard, I can kind of see the stuff getting all hung in the beard and whatever. Hey, if you'd like to, we do a different mayor every week around the state of West Virginia. Just a great opportunity for mayors to sell their towns, because nobody, if they're a good mayor, and I've not had a bad one yet, every mayor loves to sell his or her town. And they all think that they had the best town in West Virginia, and that's exactly what they should think. But if you'd like to nominate your mayor in your town, or maybe a town that you like to visit, simply drop us an email, midday@wvmetronews.com. It's midday@wvmetronews.com. You can reach out to me on social media. It's Dave Allen Radio and Facebook, or at Dave870 on X. And next week, we will feature another great mayor from around the state of West Virginia. Learned a lot about Ranson today. I've been in the Eastern Panhandle, probably not as much as I should. It's probably the one area of the state that I've spent the least amount of time in. But I don't think I have been to the community of Ranson. So I was texting back and forth with the mayor earlier. So I may have to come up there. And check that out. Ken Suits, again, is the mayor of Ranson. Appreciate it. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-8255, or you can text 304-TALK 304. Keep an eye on some national news right now. There are 2 suspects in New York City facing terrorism charges, and you probably heard about this at the top of the hour. It was a pretty scary situation. Watching video as we speak right now, NYPD is doing a press event right now, and it got pretty heated there out on the streets as those suspects were being led away. We'll follow up on that again in the national news. I'm sure we'll have more on at the top of the hour as well. We'll take a break. Coming back after this. Stay with us.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
It's already inside the house.
Save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Hardwood Heat meets the Mountain State in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Girls High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 14th. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
On the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
Welcome back to the show, 224. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauling, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Reminder that if you have a child who's a junior in high school in the States, or you know someone that does, this is for you, an opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. It's available, all the details available, WVMetroNews.com. Again, WVMetroNews.com. Just simply go to the website, click on the Apply Now button, and sign up. The deadline to enter is May 3rd. And again, it's presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. WVMetroNews.com. That is where you need to be. Click on the Apply Now button. The deadline is May 3rd. Of course, you should already be on WVMetroNews.com anyway for all the latest news. And of course, now we get ready for the state girls and boys basketball tournaments over the next couple of weeks. You want to make sure that you monitor those. Many of our stations up and down the line will be carrying a majority of the games, and some just a few here or there, whatever. But it is an exciting time. And I had an opportunity last week on our local show in Charleston to interview Tim Brady, who's the president of the City of Charleston Convention and Visitors Bureau, about the economic impact that the next 2 weeks will have, not only on the capital city of Charleston, but the surrounding areas here in the Kanawha Valley. So high school sports, youth sports in general, it is a major, major business. And this city of Charleston is about ready to explode the next couple of weeks with the girls tournament this week. Our coverage begins tomorrow morning, and we'll have, of course, all the games. And then also next week, they have the we have the boys tournament. And if you haven't downloaded the Metro News TV app, make sure that you do. I got to give a big shout out. When we do the Mayor Monday segment, the whole idea is we like to, this is an idea that we dreamed up when we started doing this show, which, by the way, later on this month, we're going to celebrate 1 year of Metro News Midday. We kind of came up with this idea just to give cities and towns, no matter their size, the big ones, the small ones, and everyone in between in West Virginia, an opportunity to put themselves on display. And what happens with the segment is, we rely on you to tell us about your town or people that like visiting a certain town. And we get recommendations from you, the listeners, via the email address I give or via social media. And what happens is, though, sometimes is I'll get a little inside baseball here. You have a difficult time making everyone's schedules line up. And today was one of those days. We had about 4 or 5 that we were looking at, and it just so happened that the majority of the mayors weren't available today. You got to understand, too, that when you talk about mayors in West Virginia, very few of them are full-time mayors. Now, there are a few that have retired from other professions, and they kind of hang out at their city halls a lot. I can name 4 or 5 of those. But around the state of West Virginia, there's not very many that the mayor is a full-time job, and he or her will have another job on the side, whatever. So we got to work around those schedules, and that seemed to be the situation that we had today. But I want to give a big shout out to one of my former coworkers, Lexi Brown, who is in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia and in the state government field up there, working for the West Virginia Secretary of State's office, and she was able to help to facilitate this interview today. So I got to give a big shout out to Lexi. We've been talking about this situation in New York City. They just had a press event not long ago with the FBI and NYPD. They're investigating what's being called an ISIS-inspired attack, where explosives were thrown near the New York City mayor's mansion. Now, 2 explosive devices were deployed near Gracie Mansion on Saturday. One confirmed to be an improvised explosive device that could, in their words, could have caused serious injury or death, and a second device is being tested. Both devices were described as jars wrapped in black tape filled with nuts, bolts, screws, and a hobby fuse. And a third device was found in a vehicle on Sunday. Bomb squad determined it did not contain explosive materials. And again, most of our stations do network news at the top of the hour, so they'll have more on that. But that press event was just held in New York City about that just a couple of minutes ago. All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, it's your time in the spotlight. You don't even have to be a mayor. You can just be you. You can text me on Open Line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-8255, or text 304-TALK-304. Metro News Midday, produced by Ryan Nichols and Stephanie Pauley. Thank you folks so much. We'll take a break and come back with Open Line West Virginia. Stay with us. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. State police now confirming it was a 16-year-old Randolph County girl who died in an ATV wreck last Friday. She was a student at Elkins High School. 3 other students were injured. Troopers say the wreck occurred on private farmland along Eisner Creek Road. Counselors are available for students at Elkins High. The school aid funding formula bill remains alive at the State House, passing the Senate Education Committee earlier today. The bill would provide counties funding for increasing special education costs, but not until the 2027 school year. Education West Virginia Co-President Del Lee says he believes lawmakers can find money to help as soon as possible.
It's all about priorities, and you can find money if it's a priority, and this really should be a priority for the legislature to address the needs of our counties with special needs students.
You can read more in a story posted by Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney at WVMetroNews.com. Huntington City Council will vote on the city's next budget for next fiscal year tonight. Some council members asked Mayor Patrick Farrell to list his priorities for funding during a Saturday workshop. He talked about an ongoing effort when it comes to the city's homeless population.
The work on homelessness is not done, right? And the work at the hub's not done. So we're kind of still at phase 1, overnight shelter.
Farrell is proposing a pretty flat budget to council members. Harpers Ferry National Historical Park has announced a series of events to celebrate the 250th birthday of the U.S. They begin next month, continue through November. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hedrick. As an environmental project manager at CEC, working in West Virginia, the land taught me respect and responsibility. Whether it's navigating complex regulations or overseeing site assessments, I ensure every project thrives. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
2 weeks of high school basketball tournaments begin in the capital city of Charleston tomorrow. Charleston CVB Executive Director Tim Brady.
Just those two events, just those 2 weeks, that's a $10+ million economic impact to the city of Charleston.
All the games beginning tomorrow morning on Metro News Radio. Championship games on the Metro News television app. The next 2 Saturdays, all 4 championship games. A preview of the girls' tournament posted right now at wvmetronews.com. From the Metro News anchor desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
It's 2 hours of sports conversation to wrap up your weekend. It's the CityNet Sunday Night Sports Line. Hey, this is Travis Jones. Join myself and Greg Hunter every Sunday night from 6:06 until 8 o'clock as we wrap up the sports weekend. We talk Mountaineers, high school, Mountain East Conference, and the latest in the national scene. The Sunday Sports Line is listener interactive. You can call or text the show at 304-TALK-304. It's a perfect weekend sports wrap-up on your favorite Metro News affiliate, or watch the show at wvmetronews.com.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. And, wars are not inexpensive propositions. And in case you were wondering, the U.S. is spending about $1 billion a day for this effort in Iran. Now, there are those who are going to say we have no business there, that it's not worth it, so on and so on. I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying it's about $1 billion a day. That's what we are spending over there. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Quick reminder that on Wednesday, we ask a lot of our listeners. A lot of it's interactive. All right, we need your help. And on Wednesdays, we do a feature where we put the spotlight on somebody doing great things in their community, somebody that's helping to feed the hungry, somebody that's doing litter pickup, working with youth sports, or working with animals, or whatever the case may be. We call it Wonderful West Virginian, and we take nominations for this particular award. Drop us an email, midday at wvmetronews.com, midday at wvmetronews.com. You can reach out to either Amanda Barron or myself on social media. For me, it's Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or at DaveA70 on X. Just a little basic background. It doesn't have to be a great essay or anything. Just let us know what makes this person a wonderful West Virginia. What are they doing in their community that people need to know about? Sometimes we've had a couple people turn us down because they said, well, that's not why I did it. I go, no, it's not why you did it, but you should be recognized for it. So drop us an email, midday at wvmetronews.com, or reach out to either Amanda Barron or myself on social media, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or at DaveA70 on X. Open line West Virginia, your chance to put the spotlight on yourself. Something going on in the news, something going on in your town. It's your time, man, right now. 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. You can text 304-TALK-304. Let's get to the text. Text says, that was an awesome show that Hoppy did today. Thank you for doing that show. If you missed it, and you can go back and listen to it on demand, Hoppy Kercheval came back to Talkline today for a full hour. He did the 11 o'clock hour today, just simply talking about what is going on in Iran. and he had Chris Steyerwald and others on there. It was I didn't get to hear all of it because I'm busy trying to prepare for this show, but I did get to hear some of it. I plan on going back and listening to it in its entirety. But appreciate the text. But yeah, I'm sure knowing Hoppy, it was good. Like I said, I did get to hear some of it, but not all of it. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, bravo to the Democrats in the legislature for calling out these do-nothing Republicans for focusing on social issues and not the real issues like utility rates and water quality. That's a texter. Text says, to the WVU basketball team, the women's team, Jordan Harrison and the team turned on one of the best performances ever last night. Yes, indeed, they did. I would agree with that. And again, I think we heard that Jordan Harrison is going to be on Sportsline tonight. So you definitely want to check that out. Text says, suggestion for your Fish Friday, General Steak and Seafood, Yugoslavian stew, Yugo stew. Well, if you're wondering, why are they doing Fish Friday? This was something that my co-host, Amanda Barron, came up with during the Lenten season. A lot of folks do fried fish and, Knights of Columbus organizations and things like that. And we featured one from Parkersburg this past Friday, and we featured one the week before that in Wheeling. So the same email address I gave you, the same social media contacts, if you would like to, and we focus on the ones that were doing fish fries, but it could be a restaurant. That's fine. So I appreciate that information. And I have to say, Yugoslavian stew or Yugo stew sounds pretty good. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, hey, remember that guy who called you fake news last week because you said gas prices were going up? Guess he was fake because they're definitely going up. Yeah, I mean, and I appreciate all the texts we get to the show and all the phone calls, but when we were around this time last week after the situation in Iran really took off, really exploded, we talked about it, and somebody took an issue and said it wasn't happening, that person was quickly pointed out the error in their ways, I suppose, because it's definitely going up. Now, how far up is it going to go? Well, we don't know, but it is going to affect. As you heard our interview that we did with the trucking executive earlier of that trucking organization, I should say, it's got a lot of folks concerned about it right now for sure. Text says, I am not the biggest Donald Trump guy in the world, but I fully support what he's doing in Iran. Thanks, Dave, says the texter. And again, opinion only on your host here. I think that there's very few people that you are going to find, very few that are going to say that the regime change, the regime killing change that we did was a bad thing. I think that there are those who possibly would there are some. I mean, we saw protests over the weekend in some cities in America protesting the entire thing, but it's kind of like with the Maduro situation in Venezuela that we had a couple of months ago. I don't think very many people are going to come out and say, well, it's not a, it's a bad thing. Now, getting those people out of power, I think most people would agree was a good thing one way or the other. Now, the question is, and the devil's in the details, as they say, is where do we go from here? But it's not like we're ready to pull out of Iran today because this is going to be going on, I think, for a while. What my hope is that we don't get into another situation like we had for so many years in Afghanistan. Most of the military experts think that won't be the case, but because this time we are fighting a nation as opposed to fighting a movement. There's a big difference between fighting a country and fighting a movement. And this time it seems that we are more fighting the country, but we also have a lot of people that in said country, being Iran, that are on our side. I don't know that they like to have their country destroyed, but they're on our side. Text says, great to hear Hoppy back on the air for a full hour today. Thanks. Yeah, great show. Great show indeed. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, you got this, Dave. I appreciate that. So the texter referring to my health journey that I've been on the last month or so. I diagnosed, as you well know, I've talked about it on the air, diagnosed with prostate cancer. If you're going to get cancer, it's like there isn't any such thing as the best one to get. It's fully treatable. I'm not looking at surgery. I am looking for procedures, and I had a procedure done this past Thursday that I had to be away from the show. I'm not going to go into all the details of what they did, but let's just say I got stuff in me now. We'll just leave it that way. And then this morning, I had to go for another procedure, did this before work. Big shout out to the folks, the ladies at the at CAMC in Taze Valley. I went there to get a shot today. That's basically, and you can fill in your own joke here, it's going to eliminate testosterone. And when I said that to Chris Lawrence earlier, Chris said, "Wait, you had testosterone?" I said, "Well, I like football and beer, so that's about it, for me. But it's supposed to lower the levels of testosterone. So far, no ill effects. Got the shot. My appointment was at 7:00 this morning. Other than the arms getting to be a little bit sore, which was to be expected, they actually gave me the shot in the upper arm. I thought the shot was going somewhere else, and when I saw the size of the needle that they brought out, and I saw they were mixing something in it, like I don't know, like cake batter or something. I don't know what it was, but I saw the size of the needle. I thought that is not going anywhere close to me. That's going into cattle. But it actually went into my upper arm. It actually did not hurt at all. I didn't cry. They promised me a lollipop if I didn't cry. Didn't cry. Got my lollipop. So now we just kind of play the waiting game and we begin the radiation treatment. I know a lot of you listening have gone through this. I'm not unique. I think that a lot of my listeners have. I know that a lot of people in your family have. One out of every 4 males, if they live long enough, will get prostate cancer. I have 0 symptoms, none. Caught it early in a blood test. And so if I have any advice to you, it would, fellas, get yourself checked. And don't do what I did when I went for a checkup a couple of years ago, and they said you have elevated PSA levels. And I said, okay, thank you, and walked out and never did anything about it, and then went back the next year, and they said, okay, you've got really elevated PSA levels now. So I lost about a year that I could have been treating this thing, but that's what guys do, because guys are, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid. That's the word I'm looking for. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. We'll take a break and come back after this.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
At Glenville State University, we are pioneers. With over 45 undergraduate degree programs, 17 NCAA athletic teams, and countless campus organizations and activities, we're here to help you build your story while becoming a part of ours. Glenville State University, your dream, your future, your story. Visit glenville.edu today for more information.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Calva, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kurtzwell. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline on Metro News Television.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Welcome back to the show. 12 away from 3, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Dave Allen in the host chair, Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. On the roads, text says, didn't they pave most of the Taze Valley Road last summer? That was a text we got earlier. My co-host Amanda answered that. They did a part of it from what we call 817 to Route 35, but there's still a lot of bad places. You heard TJ Meadows talk, but TJ actually, if you go over to TJ's social media, he actually did a video getting off the interstate of I-64 of how bad it was in the Scott Depot area. And again, this is an area of the state that's growing rapidly, and if it's that bad there, imagine what it is in other places. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it's absolutely terrible. We had the winter from hell, and we're paying for it now. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, congratulations to the WVU women's basketball team. You made the state proud. Indeed. Text says, it's time to quit playing with Iran. Turn it into a parking lot and get it over with, says a texter. Text says, gas prices are going up. Thanks, Obama. Text says, I don't know if you know, but Cody Rhodes has become WWE champion over Drew McIntyre. I hope this don't raise your testosterone levels. Football and beer pales in comparison to these manly men, LOL, says the texter. Reference there to sports entertainment. Notice I did not call it wrestling. It's sports entertainment. And I do know who Cody Rhodes is because he's the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Drew Mac, I haven't watched wrestling, sports entertainment. I have a lot of fun with that thing. In 20, 30 years, something like that. Business, as I was a part of the business for many years, and it just kind of left me cold, to be honest with you. I just don't care for it. Although I will go down the rabbit hole and watch a lot of old school wrestling. Text says, every time I hear Republicans speak, I think I get dumber. Text says, Dave, I know you support drag shows, but not all of us do. What Senator Willis was talking about is absolutely right. I don't support drag shows, and I don't not support. I don't care. I simply don't care. One way or the other. You do you. I don't care. Text says, the weather was beautiful Saturday and again today. Someone will find a way to blame Trump for the rain Saturday night and the rain we may get later in the week. We know you're not a Trump guy, but do you support what he's doing in Iran? Says the text. I get, yeah, that was aimed at me. Yeah, I do. Text says, the far right and far left are what's wrong with this country. Most sane people are in the middle. And there's few of us left. By the way, no one's ever called me sane, so I'll refer to myself as sane. Text says, I agree with Kanawha County Commissioner Ben Salango. Our utility rates are out of control. Text says, gas rates are going up. That's what happens when you start a war with a Mideastern country. Text says, who are we as a country to tell another country who their leaders should be? There are a lot of people who think there should be a regime change in this country. Trump is waiting on Netanyahu to tell him what the next move should be. Netanyahu wants to flatten Iran just like he did with Gaza. Two tyrants, says the texter. Text says, Hoppy, you're retired. Hang it up. Take Howie Monroe with you. You both jumped the shark, says the texter. I only read that text because I know that both Hoppy and Howard Monroe will get a big kick out of it. Text says, Dave, I love social media. A few years ago, everyone were disease experts during COVID. Now they're all experts in foreign policy. Yes, everyone, no matter what the hot topic is, everybody is an expert on it on social media. You know, and the texter's right. It was COVID a couple years ago. It's Middle Eastern diplomacy. It's everything. It's one of the great things about social media. Anybody can be an expert on anything. If you don't believe them, just ask them. It is a 2:53. We will wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dancava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dancava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorough.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Hardwood Heat meets the Mountain State in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Girls High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 14th. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorough.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! At peacecorps.gov.
Welcome back to the show. We got about 3 minutes away from 3 o'clock. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Final text of the day says, just saw the president saluting one of our fallen with his MAGA-branded hat on. Doesn't know any better. What an arrogant disgrace, says the text. I saw that over the weekend, and didn't set well with me either, to be honest with you, that a president, and I don't care who the president is, had a hat on while that service was going on. Did not set well with me at all. And again, I don't care if it was Donald Trump, Barack Obama, or Thomas Jefferson. That did not set well with me at all. That'll be the final text of the day. Mr. Weekly is here.
How's it going?
Man, you came in here all ablazing saying NFL free agency. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I have been kind of tied behind this little radio thing here, so I haven't got to see any of it. Anything big? Anything?
Super Bowl MVP just changed teams.
Okay.
So Kenneth Walker is going from Seattle to the Chiefs.
Okay.
So the Chiefs get Walker, and Travis Kelce's coming back.
Okay.
Steelers made a trade.
Okay.
We don't know what pick they're sending to Indianapolis, but their long search for a number 2 wide receiver looks like it's come to a close, at least for the moment. They get Michael Pittman.
Okay.
Isn't it funny where a guy who kills you when you play them, you go out and acquire?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the deal with Michael Pittman.
Back in the 90s, I despised Deion Sanders. And if there's anybody that I despised more, it was Terrell Owens. But then when they both came to the Cowboys, greatest players ever.
Love
I
those
love
guys.
until they went away. then I'm done with them. I'm done with them. So I understand that my Cowboys were in the, and I haven't checked anything, so I've been on there. We're in the running for the fellow from the Bengals, Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson.
That they were the leading candidate. And also, a lot of Cowboy faithful want the Cowboys to sign Max Crosby.
Baltimore got him.
Did they get him?
Yeah,
Okay,
they got him for 2 first-round picks over the weekend.
Dallas wasn't going to give up that much because Dallas does have 2 first-round picks this year. So, what else you got on the big show today, quickly?
Well, we are talking about restaurants. 15% of total restaurants could close this year, so the question is, the closing of what local restaurant that you go to now would hit you the hardest.
Okay.
So we've got some pretty interesting takes on that already.
All right, should be interesting. Hotline coming up on many of these same Metro News stations. Thank you to all our guests today and our producers, Stephanie Pauly and Ryan Nicholson. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun. I love somebody.